20D. We've got 3 people playing today. So, we go for just all of the 20s, basically. We're not going to be able to unlock and complete the C stage of 19, so we don't go for it. Now, let's have some fun, shall we? Let's use this. Oh my gosh, get an extra charge point. Targets collide, so you're pushing back. What's that? Guaranteed critical, stuns, pushes back. That is an amazing weapon. Why do I think Yumiko looks like just some badass assassin with that weapon? Looks like it's silenced. Looks like it's got the little hand grip, a little sight. I'm keen to try this out. A lot of people have got slightly mixed views on this. I think that it has a surfeit of very, very good skills. Traits, sorry, I should say. Be more accurate. It has a short range. What have I done there? Whoops. Yeah, it doesn't cripple, does it? I made a boo-boo. It's alright, we've got an absolute ton of these left. Why is that not going to affect you? Okay, let's try a little something else. The hell? Alright, I guess there must have been a barrel or something that we've hit. So we're going to have to be a little careful here. That was a rough start. Still, kind of keeps things interesting, right? Three of my best characters hurt at the very start. That's bad, but I gotta admit this is making it an interesting challenge. That's probably what we blew up. A exploding walker. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Now I'm tempted to just retreat a little bit, just because, yes, good. There is a potential that he would have actually got Connie if I'd left her where she was. Right, any more for any more? Doesn't look like it, does it? Now I think some bad guys appeared from the top left. Now don't worry guys, you're badly hurt. I can see that. We'll get you back into tip-top fighting condition as long as you survive this mission. I don't mind using healing tokens, things like that, when it comes to Guild Wars. Obviously it's a team-based game mode, so there's a little bit more at stake. I don't want to let the team down, therefore, you know, that's why I'm perfectly happy using tools. Good, I mean, good. I thought there's a chance that there was another walker nearby. Turns out there wasn't. Okay, exciting stuff. Let's get fierce. So this new weapon would be a good one for Rick, of course. Whenever you attack multiple walkers, whenever you have that small blast that lets you do that, they can all be affected by the insta-kill effect of his heirloom. I'm not crazy about using gold. How have I got so many regen tokens? I think this comes from having done some playtesting for Deca. So it's not strictly cheating or anything, it's just obviously they're like, hey look, try these weapons out, give us some feedback, see what you think. And they, you know, you get a couple of resources just so that you don't have to, oh, all my gas is gone, I'll have to wait an hour before I can continue the playtesting. You're like, no, you don't have to do that. Doesn't mean that I am an employee of Deca Games in any way, shape or form, but it is nice to be, you know, part of that little team. It's great, actually. I've been having a really good time. I think we've got to do this. I don't like the idea that we are separated. Take the opportunity to search a little something there. Yeah, go for that. Oh, really is a short range. We've just been spoiled by having so many weapons that have an increased range that we're used to it. Just about every major weapon that you can get, every major shooter weapon, that is imbued, don't often get to use that word, with high powered. So it reaches farther. By which I mean a longer distance. I don't mean the guy who, you know, made you. Okay, that. I'm not worried, but he's a potential problem. Let's just... Liking the pushback. I am liking that pushback effect. So, yes, this new weapon has limited range, but it can push things back, which is sort of a way of cheating to get extra range, I guess, sort of. Very interesting stuff. Let's get you stunned, if not killed. Great. May as well wipe them out, get a little bit of free extra XP while we're at it. Not really into farming for XP. You know, sticking around on a mission where the walkers spawn frequently and you just mow them down and until you killed 100 and you get maximum XP. Not a huge fan of doing that. But if there's those little opportune ways of you know, getting a little bit of extra XP, just popping a couple of walkers before you exit, that kind of thing, then I'm going to do that. We're going to stay with the team. I'm keen to keep on using that new weapon. I can't remember the name of it. Is the restricted reach a problem? A little too early to say. I mean, in this little setup, in this little scenario, busting through these Guild War missions, it's not proven to be a massive problem. Last Stand, I don't know if it'll be a problem. It might be. I think that when you have Connie as a leader and you're moving as sort of a connected unit, I don't think it's too much of a problem. You know, it'd be real nice to be able to shoot him there, but it's not too much of an issue. Definitely got some kick. Of course, part of that is the fact that we are using Better Together, Connie's leadership trait, that gives you an increase to the damage dealt for everybody. I think that's helping a little bit. What do we got? Great, some Ezekiel tokens. Oh. Very nice. Let's keep pushing on. Go to exit. I'm just intrigued. Sometimes that happens. The selection seems to stick, for want of a better word. Let's just try this little combo. Just bringing Rick along. Since he got his upgrade in the form of his heirloom, I think he's really quite effective. Certainly in certain situations. I don't know if you saw that last stand where it was by far the greatest score that I'd ever got, and Rick was the MVP. He was just mowing stuff down with his heirloom. Kind of crazy. Aha, you sir. You sir could reach us. Let's go here. Get out of your range. Where is that sneaky speedy walker? I know he's around somewhere. This feels like a game of cat and mouse with that damn sneaky walker that I did see. I swear I saw it. It's not... Oh, there he is. Come back here, you coward. Let's get some more kills with Rick. Get inspiration boosted up a little bit. Stay together. We're taking this slow and steady. Well aware of that. So we could go around the top there. Ooh, 2 sneaky speedy walkers for the price of 1. I'll take that deal any day. I think we're out of range of Yumiko. Rick can just give him a little bit of good news. Damn sneaky speedy again. Go on then. Oops. Oh, it doesn't matter. I meant to use Connie to do that. We're right at the end of the turn. Obviously, you want to keep your focus. You want to be paying attention. You want to be making the right decisions right up until the very end. But that's okay. We're at the end. It's fine. Let's do him. Mr. Rick. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Ooh. Oh, wow. Now there is a look. Rick the Assassin. That is absolutely amazing. What a look. Anyway. Io, what are you doing? Yeah, right? Isn't that just... I mean, Yumiko with her suit. Rick with his consignee outfit. Just cool. Now, I don't like to use the consignee outfit. I don't tend to put it in game just because I know some people are struggling to get their hands on it. I was... You know, we were gifted it for playtesting, basically, and just to check that it looks good, works properly, all of that kind of stuff. But I know some people are having some dramas with it, and I don't want to sort of rub it in, basically. So, be sincere about Rick, The Ones Who Live. Yes, I have. I really enjoyed it. I think that the ending was maybe just a little bit rushed. I'll say that. Don't want to give it away, but I was like, okay, I guess everything's wrapped up then. But for the most part, seeing Rick and Michonne together, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the best scenes were just Rick and Michonne talking, basically. And that's not that's not a criticism at all. It's sort of a strength, if anything. But that is absolutely the case. I mean, that's what we were there to see. Yeah, there was a lot of talking. I was kind of okay with that. You know, they did put some action in there. I think that they handled the character dynamics quite well. The idea of Rick and Michonne having been apart for a while, they did that properly because they both had slightly different ambitions, agendas, and priorities. And you're like, it doesn't matter if you are the most star-crossed lovers, you know, in the entire world. After that much time apart, you might have some different ideas about what the future is for you, what you're going to do. So I did appreciate that. They didn't get together and they were just like, oh, we're both on the same page, let's stroll into the sunset hand in hand. No, Rick had some ideas for how he wanted to tackle the CRM. Michonne, of course, was just like, no, we're not even... Like, let's just not even consider them. Let's just get out of here. And I kind of like that. I did like that aspect of it. I still think that the best episode was episode 2, which was Michonne's episode. So, yeah, just following her, what she had been doing in the interim, joining that sort of caravan, that group that was just sort of traveling around, having some buddies. You know, you really get why she hates the CRM as well after what they did. And I thought that was good, and I think that Nat, who was a new character who was introduced, should have stayed around. I felt like they didn't often take the easy route when it came to writing for that show. But I think that they were just like, well, if we keep him around, it's too much of a problem. So let's just have him just killed really easily, you know, by an inconvenient shot from some CRM guy who just happens to be alive. You know, and I thought that maybe that was a bit of a mistake, but it's easy to come up with little nitpicks for, oh, this should have been a little bit different, that should have been a little bit different. But it was a good season. It was a good show. Again, I do think that it was resolved a little bit too easily. I like the principle of that there's nothing that Rick and Michonne can't do if they're working together, but... Well, I can't finish that sentence. Now, I think that what we're finding... Now, Rick... Does this suit him? I would argue that Requiem does not. The reason being that you're pushing enemies away and potentially not getting another chance for his insta-kill to kick in. Yumiko, I think, works a little bit better with her, but then if your teammates have very long range, you want to all be staying at that range. Is the Requiem a good weapon? I think so. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. I'm definitely going to keep it in rotation. Do I think it's as effective as having something like this, the Blue Vortex nail gun and the Blizzard pistol, where you're reaching at a very long range, you can all stay together and work exactly as a team? You know, your range isn't different. You know, I think that that's a better bet. I am waiting for Daryl's show. I've seen most of the episodes of that. And I think it was quite enjoyable. I think I preferred Dead City, which makes me a bit of an outlier. Maybe that's just because Negan and Maggie, I think they're just so good together. But I like what they did with that show. Still missing the OG, the actual Walking Dead show. I mean, 11 years, what more could you ask for? I know it sounds silly, hopefully people understand what I mean. I miss watching it. I miss looking forward to the next episode. and just being in that world, just being with those characters. There's a lot of Walking Dead content still out there. I mean, there's, what is it, 6 spin-off shows? Beyond, Fear, Tales, Daryl Dixon, Dead City, and The Ones Who Live. Yeah, 6. Whoa. What are we doing? Are we slowing down? Okay. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff to watch. They probably figure you're not going to watch every damn thing that's out there. Daryl Dixon show, I kind of like. I think that the fact it's set in France is interesting. I think that's a great setting. I think the concept works pretty well. There's a great bit, I think it's the second episode, you see a character during the fall of Paris, just as the infection starts to spread, and that's really interesting. That's really good. Obviously Fear the Walking Dead did something like that. Maybe Tales does, I don't know. But that was absolutely fascinating. Now we have left the Kill All Walkers, we left the Survive battles, just in case there's anybody who's not as confident. Those are very easy ones to do. We're looking to pop 20 A, B, C and D, and then we'll just go on and do whatever the highest scoring missions that are left. Obviously our score is going to bump up as we get those completion bonuses. After A and B are done, we can unlock C. I mean, already you can see 695 guild points. That's a very big bonus for completing that. I like starting strong. I like starting early, and we've done that, so I'm feeling good about this guild war. I'm going to leave those 6 attacks, and we'll call it a stream there. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck in the weekly challenge, of course, because Mercer is the leader. That's awesome. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.